Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Through the Glass Table. I'm Everett.
And I'm Ismael.
And today we'll be reviewing a movie that no one asked for and no one wanted, Venom.
Wow, I wanted it.
The Asians are back at it again with another mediocre adaptation of a Marvel property in Venom. A movie that I don't fucking care about, and I didn't prepare any statement for this copy, so today I've decided that I'm going to talk to you about at-home HIV tests. It only costs $49.99 at CVS for you to know your status. Don't delay. Your life is in your hands. Venom. The more you know.
So Everett, I'll jump right in and just ask you, what did you think of Venom, starring Tom Hardy and directed by blah, 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 blah?
It happened.
It happened?
It exists. I was expecting to find it offensively bad. And yet somehow I walked out of that movie kind of like, oh, I kind of enjoyed this.
Ugh.
What about you?
I did not enjoy it.
You know, it's a meathead movie. I'm not saying that I liked the movie, but I didn't
hate it.
Yeah, I've told you, I kept texting you that I was having anxiety because the one thing I can't stand is a boring bad movie.
Yeah.
And this one actually surprised me because there was stuff that it made me interested in the movie, but in the end, it's bad.
I felt it was just too old Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, so...
One of the things I kept thinking while I was watching it was like, oh, remember Ben Affleck was Daredevil? Because it really comes from that, it feels like it comes from that era where it's like a love story for no reason, and then there's like, I don't know, yeah, you're right. Okay, well, there's a whole bunch of like really good actors in this for some reason.
Yeah, Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Jenny Slate.
Yeah, Riz Ahmed and...
Riz Ahmed.
Whatever, Riz Ahmed. But yeah, they're all in this movie, and I just kind of feel bad for them because they were in service of nothing. Like, they did the best they could, I guess, with what they had, but I just felt like everyone was just sort of sleepwalking through this.
Well, I would say Tom Hardy especially was sleepwalking through it.
Yeah, I found him annoying.
There was a lot of, like, guttural... Because I guess he was supposed to be sick or something. I don't know, but...
Well, yeah, and then also he's like a schlubby guy, but that I don't know. It was something about the accent and his mannerisms that I kept getting so annoyed with him. But the one character who I did find interesting was Venom.
The actual symbiote.
Yeah, the symbiote. I felt like the only part of this movie that was very interesting and could have worked if they had expanded it, that was if they had more interactions between him and
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Their banter was cool.
It could have been better.
But it started getting into the whole, like, school jokes type of rhythm. Like, he was a loser, you're a loser.
Yep.
And,
I almost wish that the symbiote would have been a little more clever or a little more witty. And that would be a contrast to Eddie Brock's simpleness.
We talked about the actors and stuff a little bit, but what did you think about the story in itself? Was it a story for you?
I can't remember what happened.
They're using kind of like the 90s Spider-Man symbiote thing, because, you know, the symbiote was never really crashed, landed. Like, that wasn't, like, Spider-Man got the suit when Secret Wars, like the original storyline. But for the TV show, the 90s TV show,
Jonah Jameson's son brought it back.
Exactly. So that became one of their origins, like, later on. But so they're using that to set it up. And, like I say, I wasn't very clear what their intention were, because I never felt like Eddie Brock was the center of the attention. Like, for me, it always felt like the symbiote was, and Riz Ahmed was.
It's messy, so I can't really fault it for not having a main focus, because this is written by nobodies. It's boring, and I don't care.
Spider-Man is like one of my favorite characters. Like, he's probably number one. And so Venom was always a cool villain that he had. Like, he was always my favorite villain. So I think I had a lot of expectations coming into this, hoping that it was going to be great. So maybe that's why my experience wasn't as...
Did you really think it was going to be great?
No.
It's a Sony product. Did you really, really think it was going to be great?
Yeah, because they delivered with the Spider-Man, the PS4 game.
That's not the same thing as a movie. Like, I had no inclination that this would have been a fantastic film, and I was not like, I had my hopes up. I had my hopes up because the previews
It's a fine art to making previews.
I will say though that those previews betrayed the movie because it was a total opposite from what I thought the movie was going to be in the previews. I thought it was a more serious film, and it ended up being a lot.
I'm telling you, there is an art to making these trailers. Also, going back, that was a big tangent. Story-wise, the progression of the film felt way too fast.
Oh yeah,
like way too fast.
I mean, by the spoiler, by the time he gets the symbiote, I mean it's the third act, and it's almost over.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh okay, at least I don't have to sit here for another hour.
But right when he got the symbiote, that's when shit was like, oh, this is picking up.
Yep.
It's picking up.
I'd like comic books in the past when I was a child.
You are still a child.
However, I'm not super. I always say if you can change it, if it works, then it works. The thing that I didn't like that was changed. I always have known Eddie Brock from what I've watched on TV and read a little bit. Eddie Brock is a handsome, hot, asshole, frat boy that everybody likes, right? And the only one who knows that who he is on the inside is Peter. And then that's reflected when he gets the symbiote because that brings out the true darkness that's inside of him. Eddie Brock's character works off of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
They're yin and yang. And so here you don't have Peter. And then also they depicted Eddie Brock as, in the end, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Really on the inside.
He saves.
He just has a couple of beers in his fridge, like 3 too many beers. Like, oh, that's so sad. Tom Hardy did a good job of making it seem like he was a troubled guy, but what problems did he have? He got in trouble because he tried to do the right thing. That's
selfish.
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's not clear. It's not clear that he's a selfish and he's self-motivated individual.
In the end, changing all that to make this new version of Eddie Brock, I think it lost a lot of what makes Venom interesting, at least to me.
And plus, you market a film that says the world has enough superheroes, but yet you end up making him a superhero.
Yeah, he saved the day. I mean, so yeah, I don't know. This is just another classic Sony product. You can put it up there in the Hall of Fame with Ghostbusters and
2017.
Yeah, you know, it's just over for them. I can't wait till they sell their film department. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
Do you want to score Venom?
Sure. I give it a solid 3 out of 5.
Oh. You know,
just because I didn't like my experience doesn't mean that my ratings are going to reflect that. Okay. Like, it's just.
Well, why do you give it a 3 out of 5?
Because it's a movie and it did have funny moments, and you know, I guess the kids are gonna love it.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a 3 out of 5 too.
Piggyback ass.
Whatever, because I didn't really think this through earlier. You're right. It's a competent movie. There's nothing like I can't pinpoint anything that's terrible in this.
Yeah, there's nothing too outlandish.
Yeah, this is not Tyler Perry territory.
Oh God, with the zooms.
Yeah, but it's just also just like mediocre. You will enjoy it, and if you like Venom, there's a lot of good Venom-y action, stereotypical Venom action. So yeah,
I just felt bad for Tom Hardy though, because I think he was really into the character too. Like when at the junkets and stuff, he seemed like he really wanted to do a good job.
But it was in the service of not much. This movie made a lot of money, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a sequel.
What did it come out with?
With A Star Is Born. Which also made a lot of money. A lot of money.
That's the third one. That's the third, fourth one, right?
Yeah, and they're all hits.
Okay. That's probably. Anyways, you were saying?
Bye. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time.
All right.
See you next Thursday. That's an old reference. No one will get. Bye.
From the start.
No, that's that bitch.